This project on food and nutrition security in agriculture is addressing issues of global relevance, global importance, and in Europe we are not immune from the issues and the challenges surrounding food and nutrition security. We define nutrition quite broadly in terms of the potential for malnutrition, whether that's undernutrition, micronutrient deficiencies, or of course increasingly overconsumption associated with overweight and obesity. So these are complex disorders, the causes are complex and the solutions will also be complex. Food and nutrition security is important to all of us. We must take a food systems approach, not just focusing on production, for example, but considering both supply side, that is agriculture, and demand side issues. This issue for feeding the world's growing population is not just producing more, but using better. So that also means, for example, attending to reducing food loss and food waste, and maybe also affecting dietary behaviour, consumption, most notably, of course, to reduce overconsumption, but there may also be other requirements needed for the Western diet to reduce its environmental impact, but also not just to reduce environmental impact and mitigate climate change, but also to have co-benefits for health. So that there is a school of thought that would say if you reduce overconsumption and particularly reduce red meat consumption, then you will both mitigate climate change, greenhouse gas emissions, but also benefit from some of the health consequences for cardiovascular disease and other disorders. So that's essentially what one of the major messages. We need to link the agendas for agriculture, for nutrition and for health. The other key message is to focus on the scientific opportunity, and by that I mean two things really. One is to use the scientific evidence that's currently available better, that is to better inform our policy colleagues and to better turn it into innovation, whether that's technological innovation, social innovation or regulatory innovation. So that's using the current knowledge, but the second thing is to identify where the knowledge gaps exist and to fill those with new research. And as part of that new research, we emphasise the importance of basic fundamental research as the underpinning resource for everything else. This project for EASAC is a pioneering one for EASAC within IAP family. Over the past few years, the EASAC has worked with other international groups on various individual projects or pieces of work. This is the first time we've come together as a global family with our other regional academy networks in Africa, the Americas and Asia. I think we in EASAC are privileged to do that. We enjoy working within the international context to set our European evidence and issues within the broader framework, to identify new sources of thinking that help us in our analysis and synthesis, but also to realise for ourselves and to communicate that realisation to our friends in the policy world that Europe is not an island, that we are connected, that European decisions do have implications for the rest of the world, for good and bad.